Francewas, Santa Barbara. Today I'm going to be talking about the home buying process, but before I want to wish you a Happy New Year. It is the French tradition. We wish it all month long. So sending you my warmest wishes for this new year, a better year than last. So I want to talk about the home buying process. And as you buy your first home, it is the most emotional and difficult purchase you'll ever make. And there's quite a few steps that go into it. If you're well prepared, then you will ease your the path to buying the house. So the first thing is to find a realtor. You have to find someone you're very comfortable with, that you can feel comfortable to go and ask any question, whether related to the house purchase or not. But within the transaction time, there's going to be a lot of questions that are going to be arise, and he should be your go-to person, or she should be your go-to person. I'm volunteering myself for that. Anyhow, then you have to be qualified, and you have to find a lender. As realtors, we have a lot of relationships with lenders. We can set you up with several people, and then you can make your final choice, or you can get your banker. But whatever whoever you go to, you're going to have to be ready to pull out all the paperwork necessary to be able to see if you qualify, and then to find the budget you're going to have to work with. So in determining your budget, you're going to be pre-qualified, which is when you bring all your paperwork, and we're trying to establish the debt to income ratio, the DTI. And so that's taking into consideration all the income that you have, all the debt against the income. The debt being the reoccurring debt, such as student loans, the rent, it could be car payments, anything that you have recurring, credit cards as well. But it is not the monthly payments, such as groceries and other expenses that are not recurring monthly. So once that is done, then you will go to the next steps to be pre-approved. And the pre-approval process is really the time where the lender is committing yourself to getting a loan for you. And that at that point, it is more in detail, and you will be getting a letter, a pre-approval letter, which is going to be necessary for you to be able to view houses, to enter houses and preview houses. So once that is done, once you have your pre-approval letter in hand, then it's time to look for a house. So prior to looking for the house, you should do a few steps. First of all, you need to determine the location. And location, factors such as school, if you have children, might be important. Shopping, safety, noise level, radon zone. In the Santa Barbara area, we have a lot of radon. So you have to check, the area, if that's something that you would be able to work with. Sidewalks can be a factor if you intend to walk around. But anyways, make a list, of essential things for you. And I like to do the pro and cons, and then organize things in a matter of priorities, because there will be things that you'll have to give in, and others that you don't want to give in. So that is of extreme importance. And finally, before you make your offer, when you preview the house, look at what kind of work has to be done, the age of the roof, and so on. You will be hiring, or advise that you hire a physical inspector, so you get more information as to what you get into, whether the water heater, the electrical panels and everything, they are old, or they need to be, or they just were replaced. There are some things that are so costly that the house could be a money pit if you don't look into it. And therefore, with your home inspector, you'll have a better understanding as to what has to be done, and then how much money would need to bring it up to your standards, or at least so that you can live into it without having to put a lot of money above and beyond what you invested into the house. Anyways, so these are just a few steps when you make your offer. So the last thing I want to say is that make sure that you have at least two contingencies: the contingency for your loan, and usually that's a 21-day contingency, and a contingency for your home inspection, usually a 2-week inspection. And then afterward, and finally, when you make your offer, if you are in an area that has a lot of demand, and you really like the house, don't mess around. Just make a good offer, a solid offer, so that you have a chance to get it. Because if you're going to get into a bidding war, then you will not have your chances are going to be minimal. So best of luck. And if you have any further question, please reach out to me, Francewas, Keller Williams Real Estate. And au revoir, bonne semaine.